class was harder than all of my other classes put together.
To get an AI system, a large language model to reliably be as reliable as quantum mechanics and physics is very difficult.
Yeah, you have to test any conclusions against the ground truth of reality. Reality is the ultimate judge. Like physics is the law, everything else is a recommendation. I've seen plenty of people break the laws made by man, but none break the laws made by physics.
Yeah, it's a good test, actually. If this LLM understands and matches physics, then you can more reliably trust whatever it thinks about the current state of politics in some sense.
And it's also not the case currently that even that its internal logic is not consistent. So especially with the approach of like just predicting a token, predict token, it's like a vector sum. You know, you're summing up a bunch of vectors, but you can get drift. So as a little bit of error adds up, and by the time you are many tokens down the path, it doesn't make any sense.
So it has to be somehow self-aware about the drift.
It has to be self-aware about the drift, and then look at the thing as a gestalt, as a whole, and say, does it have coherence as a whole? So, you know, when authors write books, that they will write the book and then they'll go and revise it, you know, taking into account, you know, all the end and the beginning and the middle, and rewrite it to achieve coherence, so that it doesn't end up in a nonsensical place.
Maybe the process of revising is what reasoning is, and then that's the process of revising is how you get closer and closer to truth. Maybe you at least I approach it that way. You just say a bunch of bullshit first, and then you get it better. You start at bullshit, and then you get
create a draft, and then you iterate on that draft until it has coherence, until it all adds up, basically.
So another question about theory of everything, but for intelligence. Do you think there exists, as you're exploring this with XAI, creating this intelligence system, do you think there is a theory of intelligence where you get to understand what is the I in AGI and what is the I in human intelligence?
There's no I in Team America. Oh wait, there is.
No, it's going to be stuck in my head now. Yeah. There's no me and whatever. In quantum mechanics. Oh, wait. I mean, is that part of the process of discovering, understanding the universe, is understanding intelligence?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we need to understand intelligence, understand consciousness. I mean, there are some sort of fundamental questions of like, what is thought? What is emotion?
Yeah.
Is it really just one atom bumping into another atom? It feels like something more than that. So I think we're probably missing some really big things, like some really big things.
Something that'll be obvious in retrospect.
Yes.
Like there's a giant, like you put the whole consciousness, emotion.
Well, some people would call it like a soul, you know, in religion, it'd be a soul. Like you feel like you're you, right? I mean, you don't feel like you're just a collection of atoms. But on what dimension does thought exist? What dimension do emotions exist? We feel them very strongly. I suspect there's more to it than atoms bumping into atoms.
And maybe AI can pave the path to the discovery of whatever the hell that thing is.
Yeah. What is consciousness? Like when you put the atoms in a particular shape, why are they able to form thoughts and take actions and feelings?
And even if it is an illusion, why is this illusion so compelling?
Yeah.
Like
why does this illusion exist?
Yeah.
On what plane does this illusion exist?
Yeah.
And sometimes I wonder, is, you know, either perhaps everything's conscious or nothing is conscious. One of the two.
I like the former. Everything conscious just seems more fun.
It does seem more fun, yes. But we're composed of atoms, and those atoms are composed of quarks and leptons. And those quarks and leptons have been around since the beginning of the universe.
The beginning of the universe.
Right. What seems to be the beginning of the universe.
The first time we talked, you said which is surreal to think that this discussion was happening is becoming a reality. I asked you what question would you ask an AGI system once you create it, and you said, "What's outside the simulation?" is the question. And good question.
Yeah.
But it seems like with Grok, you started literally this system's goal is to be able to ask such questions, to answer such questions, and to ask such questions.
Where are the aliens?
Or the aliens?
That's one of the Fermi paradox question. A lot of people have asked me if I've seen any evidence of aliens, and I haven't, which is kind of concerning because then I think I'd probably prefer to at least have seen some archaeological evidence of aliens. To the best of my knowledge, there is no proof. I'm not aware of any evidence of aliens. If they're out there, they're very subtle. We might just be the only consciousness, at least in the galaxy. And if you look at, say, the history of Earth, if one is to believe the archaeological record, Earth is about 4.5 billion years old. Civilization, as measured from the first writing, is only about 5,000 years old. We have to give some credit there to the ancient Sumerians, who aren't around anymore. I think it was the archaic pre-cuneiform was the first actual symbolic representation, but only about 5,000 years ago. I think that's a good date for when we'd say civilization started. That's 1/1,000,000th of Earth's existence. So civilization has been around. It's really a flash in the pan so far. And why did it take so long? For 4.5 billion years. For the vast majority of that time, there was no life, and then there was archaic bacteria for a very long time. And then, you had mitochondria get captured, multicellular life, differentiation into plants and animals, life moving from the oceans to land, mammals, higher brain functions. And the sun is expanding slowly, but it will overheat. It will heat the Earth up at some point in the future, boil the oceans, and Earth will become like Venus, where no life as we know it is impossible. So if we do not become multiplanetary and ultimately go beyond our solar system, annihilation of all life on Earth is a certainty. A certainty. And it could be as little as, on the galactic timescale, 500 million years. It's a long time by human standards, but that's only 10% longer than Earth has been around at all. Mm-hmm. So if life had taken 10% longer to evolve on Earth, it wouldn't exist at all.
We got a deadline coming up.
Yeah.
Better hurry. But that said, as you said, humans, intelligent life on Earth developed a lot of cool stuff very quickly. So
yes.
It seems like becoming a multiplanetary is almost inevitable, unless we destroy.
We need to do it. It's not. I suspect that there. If we are able to go out there and explore other star systems, there's a good chance we find a whole bunch of long dead one planet civilizations.
Yeah,
they never made it past their home planet.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
sad. Also fascinating.
There are various explanations for the Fermi paradox, and one is the sort of there are these great filters which civilizations don't pass through, and one of those great filters is: do you become a multi-planet civilization or not? And if you don't, it's simply a matter of time before something happens on your planet, either natural or man-made, that causes us to die out, like the dinosaurs. Where are they now? They didn't have spaceships. So
I think the more likely thing is, because just a empathize with the aliens, that they found us and they're protecting us and letting us be.
I hope so. Nice aliens.
Just like the tribes in the Amazon, the uncontacted tribes were protecting them. That's what.
That would be a nice explanation.
Or you could have like what was it? I think Andre Karpathy said it's like the ants in the Amazon asking, "Where's everybody?"
Well, they do run into a lot of other ants.
That's true.
They have these ant wars.
Sounds like a good TV show.
Yeah, they literally have these big wars between various ants.
Yeah, maybe I'm just dismissing all the different diversity of ants.
You should listen to that Werner Herzog talking about the jungle. It's really hilarious. Have you heard it?
No, I have not.
It's awesome.
But Werner Herzog is a way.
You should play it for the as an interlude in the. Yeah. It's on YouTube. It's awesome.
I love him so much.
Yeah, he's great.
Was he the director of Happy People, Life in the Taiga? I think also.
He did that bear documentary.
The bear documentary.
And did this thing about penguins.
Yeah. the analysis, the psychoanalysis of a penguin.
Yeah, the penguin's like headed for like mountains like that are like 70 miles away.
Yeah.
And penguin is just headed for doom, basically.
Well, he had a cynical take. He could be just a brave explorer, and there would be great stories told about him amongst the penguin population for many centuries to come. What were we talking about? Okay.
Yeah, so aliens, I mean, I don't know. Look, I think the smart move is just, this is the first time in the history of Earth that it's been possible for life to extend beyond Earth. That window is open. Now, it may be open for a long time, or it may be open for a short time. And it may be open now and then never open again. So I think the smart move here is to make life multiplanetary while it is possible to do so. We don't want to be one of those lame one-planet civilizations that just dies out.
No, those are lame.
Yeah, lame. No self-respecting civilization would be one planet.
There's not going to be a Wikipedia entry for one of those. And pause. Does SpaceX have an official policy for when we meet aliens?
No.
Okay. That seems irresponsible.
I mean, look, if I see the slightest indication that there are aliens, I will immediately post on the X platform.
Yeah.
Anything I know.
It could be the most liked, reposted post of all time.
Yeah. I mean, look, we have more satellites up there right now than everyone else combined. So, we know if we've got to maneuver around something, and I don't have to maneuver around anything.
If we go to the big questions once again, you said you're with Einstein, that you believe in the God of Spinoza.
Yes.
So, that's a view that God is like the universe and reveals himself through the laws of physics, or as Einstein said, through the lawful harmony of the world. Yeah,
I would agree that God of the simulator or whatever, the supreme being or beings, reveal themselves through the physics. They're creators of this existence. And it's incumbent upon us to try to understand more about this wondrous creation.
Like, who created this thing? Who's running this thing? Like, embodying it into a singular question with a sexy word on top of it is like focusing the mind to understand. It does seem like there's again, it could be an illusion. It seemed like there's a purpose, that there's an underlying master plan of some kind. And it seems like
there may not be a master plan in the sense. So there's maybe an interesting answer to the question of determinism versus free will is that if we are in a simulation, the reason that these higher beings would hold a simulation is to see what happens. Mm-hmm. So it's not they don't know what happens. Otherwise, they wouldn't hold the simulation. Mm-hmm. So when humans create a simulation, so it's SpaceX and Tesla, we create simulations all the time. Especially for the rocket, you have to run a lot of simulations to understand what's going to happen, because you can't really test the rocket until it goes to space, and you want it to work. So you have to simulate subsonic, transonic, supersonic, hypersonic ascent, and then coming back, super high heating and orbital dynamics. All this is going to be simulated. So because you don't get very many kicks at the can. But we run the simulations to see what happens. Not if we knew what happens, we wouldn't run the simulation. Mm-hmm. So if there's whoever created this existence is they're running it because they don't know what's going to happen, not because they do.
So maybe we both played Diablo. Maybe Diablo was created to see if a druid, your character, could defeat Uber Lilith at the end. They didn't know.
Well, the funny thing is that Uber Lilith, her title is Hatred Incarnate.
Yeah.
And right now, I guess you can ask the Diablo team, but it's almost impossible to defeat Hatred in the Eternal Realm.
Yeah, you've streamed yourself dominating Tier 100 Nightmare Dungeons. And still...
I can cruise through Tier 100 Nightmare Dungeons like a stroll in the park.
Mm-hmm. And still you're defeated by Hatred.
Yeah, I can... There's the sort of, I guess maybe the second hardest boss is Duriel. Duriel can't even scratch the paint. Mm-hmm. So I killed Duriel so many times. And every other boss in the game, all of them, kill him so many times, it's easy. But Uber Lilith, otherwise known as Hatred Incarnate, especially if you're a druid and you have no ability to go and to be invulnerable, there are these random death waves that come at you. And I'm pretty, admittedly I'm 52, so my reflexes are not what they used to be, but I have a lifetime of playing video games. At one point I was, maybe one of the best Quake players in the world. I actually won money in what I think was the first paid esports tournament in the US. We're doing 4-person Quake tournaments, and we came second. I was the second best person on the team, and the actual best person that we were actually winning. We would have come first, except the best person on the team, his computer crashed halfway through the game, so we came second. But I got money for it and everything. So basically, I got skills, albeit no spring chicken these days. And to be totally frank, it's driving me crazy trying to beat Lilith as a druid. Basically, trying to beat Hatred Incarnate in the Eternal Realm
as a druid.
As a druid, and if you, this is really vexing. Let me tell you.
The challenge is part of the fun. I have seen directly. You're actually a world-class, incredible video game player.
Yeah.
And I think Diablo, so you're just picking up a new game mm-hmm. and you're figuring out its fundamentals. You're also, with the Paragon board and the build, are not somebody like me who perfectly follows whatever they suggest on the internet. You're also an innovator there.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious to watch. It's like a mad scientist just trying to figure out the Paragon board and the build and is there some interesting insights there about if somebody's starting as a druid? Do you have advice?
I would not recommend playing a druid in the Eternal Realm. Right now, I think the most powerful character in the seasonal realm is the sorcerer with the lightning bolts. Mm-hmm. So the Sorks have huge balls in the seasonal.
Well, yeah, that's what they say.
so Sorks have huge balls. They do huge balls of lightning.
I'll take your word for it.
And it's actually in the seasonal realm you can it's pretty easy to beat Uber Lilith with because you get these vampiric powers that amplify your damage and increase your defense and whatnot. So, but really quite easy to defeat Hatred seasonally. But to defeat Hatred eternally, very difficult. Almost impossible. It's verging on impossible. It seems like this, a metaphor for life.
Yeah. I like the idea that Elon Musk, because I was playing Diablo yesterday, and I saw level 100 druid just run by. I will never die, and then run back the other way. Yeah. And there's just this metaphor. It's kind of hilarious that Elon Musk, is fighting hatred. restlessly fighting hatred in this demonic realm.
Yes.
It's hilarious. I mean, it's pretty hilarious.
No, it's absurd. Really, it's exercise in absurdity, and it makes me want to pull my hair out.
Yeah. What do you get from video games in general? Is there for you personally?
I mean, it's I don't know if it calms my mind. I mean, you sort of killing the demons in a video game calms the demons in my mind. Yeah. If you play a tough video game, you can get into like a state of flow, which is very enjoyable. But admittedly, it needs to be not too easy, not too hard, kind of in the Goldilocks zone. And I guess you generally want to feel like you're progressing in the game. So a good video, and there's also beautiful art, engaging storylines, and it's like an amazing puzzle to solve, I think. And so it's like solving the puzzle.
Elden Ring, the greatest game of all time. I still haven't played it, but to you,
Elden Ring is definitely a candidate for best game ever. Top 5 for sure.
I think I've been scared how hard it is, or how hard I hear it is. So, but it is beautiful.
Elden Ring feels like it's designed by an alien.
There's a theme to this discussion. In what way?
It's so unusual. It's incredibly creative, and the art is stunning. I recommend playing it on a big resolution, high dynamic range TV. Even doesn't need to be a monitor. Just the art is incredible. It's so beautiful, and it's so unusual. And each of those top boss battles is unique. Like it's like a unique puzzle to solve. Each one's different, and the strategy you use to solve one battle is different from another battle.
That said, you said Druid on Eternal against Uber Lilith is the hardest boss battle you've ever.
Correct. That is currently and I've played a lot of video games because it's my primary recreational activity.
Yes.
And yes, beating hatred in the Eternal Realm is the hardest boss battle in life and in the video game.
Metaphor and
I'm not sure it's possible, but it's. I do make progress, so then I'm like, okay, I'm making progress. Maybe if I just tweak that Paragon board a little more, I can do it. I can just dodge a few more waves. I can do it.
Well, the simulation is created for the purpose of figuring out if it can be done, and you're just a cog in that simulation, in the machine of the simulation.
Yeah, it might be. I have a feeling that at least I think
it's doable.
It's doable, yes.
Well, that's the human spirit right there, to believe.
Yeah, I mean, it did prompt me to think about just hate in general, which is, you want to be careful of one of those things where you wish for something that sounds good, but if you get it, it's actually a dystopian situation. So, you could sort of run a hypothesis of like, if you wish for world peace, sounds good, but how is it enforced? And at what cost is it? At what cost eternal peace? It might actually be worse to have eternal peace because of what that would entail. The suppression of everyone. It might be the suppression of progress. It might be an ossified society that never changes. What I'm saying is that there is an argument that if you wish for no war, you should be careful what you wish for, because what's required in order for there to be no war might be worse than a little war.
Yeah, the things we consider to be flaws of human civilization might be necessary components for whatever optimal looks like. Do you worry about AI, AGI enabling a dystopian state of this nature? Whether it's 1984 with surveillance and fear, or Brave New World with pleasure? And what is it? Lots of sex, but no deep human experience.
You know, there's actually a real drug called Soma.
There is.
Yes.
I'm like, let me take notes.
Did they actually?
Does Grok know about it? No, he probably will go to Brave New World.
We could ask it.
What would be the question?
Tell us about the drug called Soma.
Tell us about the drug called Soma. It's gonna go to Brave New World, I think.
Well, there's a real drug as well.
Searching for Soma drug information. Oh boy. Soma, the wonder drug. By the way, I'm in fun mode.
Oh, okay, fun. Yeah, so it's talking about the real drug.
Oh, it's a muscle relaxant that's been around since the 1950s. It's used to treat muscle pain and discomfort, and it does this by altering the activity between neurons and the spinal cord. Now, Soma isn't just a pain reliever. It's also a bit of a sedative. It can make you feel a bit drowsy, so it's not something to take if you're planning on operating heavy machinery or trying to solve complex math equations. And it goes on and on. In conclusion, Soma is a drug that can be helpful for those dealing with muscle pain, but it's not without its risks. It's pretty good. Oh, wait a minute.
That's the real drug it's talking about.
It's the real drug.
Yeah.
And of course, the fun is always use it responsibly in accordance with the advice of a healthcare professional. And remember, in the end, the universe is probably just a giant computer simulation, so don't take anything too seriously. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So.
Oh, and also really nicely includes like the tweets, posts on X that are relevant to this, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It like integrates everything together.
Yeah.
Like the interface is one of the really cool things here.
Yeah, team's done a great job. So, and you could say no, I mean Soma from Brave New World, because it thinks you mean Soma the real drug.
Yeah.
No, I mean Soma from Brave New World.
It's gonna be like, oops, I'm really sorry. I'm really surprised it went to the real drug first. My apologies. I was thinking of the muscle relaxant. Soma for Brave New World is a different beast altogether. In Aldous Huxley's dystopian now, Soma is a drug that plays a central role in the society depicted in the book. It's a mood-altering hallucinogenic drug that's used to keep the population docile and content. In the novel, to use Soma in Brave New World raises some interesting questions about the nature of happiness and the role of drugs in society. Oh, man.
Exactly. Is it better to live in a world where everyone is happy all the time, even if that happiness is artificial? Mm-hmm. It's a good question. This is what I mean. Like, do you wish for world peace and happiness all the time? Are you sure? Mm-hmm. Because that might be a society that is essentially sterile and ossified, that never changes, that is ultimately doomed.
This kind of tension between darkness and the light.
This is really a very good summary. It really gets to the point. This is not simply regurgitating Brave New World. It's actually getting to the salient element of Soma as a drug. Do you actually want to be in a situation where everyone is happy all the time, even though it's artificial? Or is it better to confront the challenges of life and experience the full range of human emotions, even if it means experiencing pain and suffering?
For those listening, by the way, Elon just read directly from Grok, which is a really nice kind of insightful philosophical analysis of the tension here. Interesting.
It pretty much nails it. In conclusion, Soma from Brave New World is a fictional drug that's used to explore some deep philosophical questions about the nature of happiness and the role of drugs in society. It's a powerful symbol of the dangers of using drugs to escape from reality and the importance of confronting the challenges of life head on. Nailed it. And the crazy thing is, we do have a real drug called Soma, which kind of is kind of like the drug in the book. And I'm like, they must have named it after?
Yeah,
or something.
probably.
Yeah. Soma, the real drug, is quite effective on back pain.
So you know about this drug?
I've taken it.
It's fascinating. Okay.
Because I had a squashed disc in my C5, C6.
So it takes the physical pain away, but Soma here
It doesn't completely. It reduces the amount of pain you feel, but at the expense of mental acuity. It dulls your mind. just like the drug in the book.
Just like the drug in the book.
Yeah.
And hence the trade-off. The thing that seems like utopia could be a dystopia after all.
Yeah. And actually, I was talking to a friend of mine saying, like, would you really want there to be no hate in the world? Like, really none? Like, I wonder why hate evolved. I'm not saying we should amplify hate, of course. I think we should try to minimize it. But none at all? There might be a reason for hate.
And suffering. I mean, it's really complicated to consider that some amount of human suffering is necessary for human flourishing.
Is it possible to appreciate the highs without knowing the lows?
And that all is summarized there in a single statement from Grok. Okay.
No highs, no lows. Who knows?
That's almost a poem. It seems that training LLMs efficiently is a big focus for XAI. What's the first of all, what's the limit of what's possible in terms of efficiency? There's this terminology of useful productivity per watt. Like, what have you learned from pushing the limits of that?
Well, I think it's helpful. The tools of physics are very powerful and can be applied, I think, to almost any arena in life. It's really just critical thinking. For something important, you need to reason from first principles and think about things in the limit, one direction or the other. So, in the limit, even at the Kardashev scale, meaning even if you harness the entire power of the sun, you will still care about useful compute per watt. So that's where I think probably where things are headed from the standpoint of AI is that we have a silicon shortage now that will transition to a voltage transformer shortage in about a year. Ironically, transformers for transformers. You need transformers to run transformers.
Somebody has a sense of humor in this thing.
I think, yes.
Oh, man.
Fate loves irony. Ironic humor. And an ironically funny outcome seems to be often what fate wants.
Humor is all you need. I think spice is all you need, somebody posted.
Yeah. But yeah, so we have a silicon shortage today. A voltage step down transformer shortage probably in about a year, and then just electricity shortages in general in about 2 years. I gave a speech for the sort of world gathering of utility companies, electricity companies. And I said, look, you really need to prepare for a tripling of electricity demand, because all transport is going to go electric, with the ironic exception of rockets, and heating will also go electric. So energy usage right now is roughly 1/3, very rough terms, 1/3 electricity, 1/3 transport, 1/3 heating. And so in order for everything to go sustainable, to go electric, you need to triple electricity output. So I encourage the utilities to build more power plants and also to probably have, well, not probably, they should definitely buy more batteries, because the grid currently is sized for real-time load, which is kind of crazy because, that means you got to size for whatever the peak electricity demand is, like the worst second or the worst day of the year, or you can have a brownout or a blackout. And we had that crazy blackout for several days in Austin. So because there's almost no buffering of energy in the grid. Like if you've got a hydro power plant, you can buffer energy, but otherwise it's all real time. So with batteries, you can produce energy at night and use it during the day. So you can buffer. So I expect that there will be very heavy usage of batteries in the future, because the peak to trough ratio for power plants is anywhere from 2 to 5. So it's like lowest point to highest point.
So like batteries are necessary to balance it out, but the demand, as you're saying, is going to grow.
Yeah,
and part of that is the compute.
Yes. I mean electrification. Electrification of transport and